What is good, everybody? It's your girl, Tania. I am one half of the Breakfast Crew podcast. And Harvest is in school. Today is April 5th. Yeah. Today is April 5th. It's a little gloomy outside today here in Central Texas, where we come to you, where I work as a nurse. My husband works for the Army, and he's also in the reserves. And Harvest is a 9th grader at the local high school, and my son is a 22-year-old just not living his best life right now. But that being said, it's windy. It was 91 degrees yesterday, y'all. 91 degrees. If it was 91 degrees in March or April, can y'all imagine what my May and June and July is going to look like? Oh, God, I can't stand it. Either way. Let's see. What else about the weather? It might rain. Which I would say we don't need rain, but we always need rain because damn near every summer since about 2010, we have been in a drought. Like the lakes have been dried out and all the lakes around here are man-made. I digress. I'm sorry. But welcome back. Today is, episode 18, I believe. You can find me on Instagram because I never say it. I always forget, but I put it down like right there. But you can find me on Instagram as the natural_crowknitter83. You can find Harvest as mylife_creative, I believe it is. And again, her account is private. I will deny any wacky friend requests. Just saying, gotta keep my chick safe. I am also on Ravelry as Hooked4lyfe, HOOKED for the number LYFE. And that's about it. Like, and YouTube, I mean, but y'all already here, so let's get cracking. I have lots of whips. I do have finished objects, but I'll have to put in a picture. They're hats, but they're easily made. I do have a few acquisitions and just like overall life stuff. So the last time y'all saw us, I had just came back from a girls trip from Fredericksburg, which was super fun. That following week was spring break for Harvest. So Girl Scouts did a lot of stuff during the week. She got to, which I forgot to take pictures of, but she did. That Monday, we didn't do anything. Tuesday, she got to dress up and cosplay. Wednesday, we learned how to grow flowers or herbs with no dirt. I said no water last time, but it's no dirt. It was a hydro machine. And then Thursday, we went to an alpaca farm. I got some things. And then Friday, they were supposed to learn self-defense, but Harvest started her, she didn't feel well. I'll say that. Because God forbid, she'd be like, Mom, why are you telling her? Anyways, so she didn't feel well. So we didn't go. And then I also stopped at the yarn store before coming home from Fredericksburg. So I got something from there. And what else? A lot of things has been going on. Life, work has been great. Either way, I signed up for a test, like all the things, right? So let's get started. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. It's your girl. She's back to her mohawk. Yes. Y'all don't understand how much I miss this side of myself. Like, I feel like it's a personality kind of, oh yeah, that's Tania kind of thing. Like, if I don't have my mohawk, who am I? Who am I? So it took me about a week to comb out my locks. I literally used a ton of leave-in conditioner, and one by one, I combed it out. I started last Wednesday because Monday. I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. I worked Saturday and Sunday. No, I worked Friday and Saturday. I was off Sunday and yesterday because today is Tuesday. So I finished on Sunday, washed it, did a wash and go. I have a picture of that, so I'll pop it in here. what I look like on Sunday. But I've twisted it. I gotta go get my sides cut. So I'll probably do that today. I was supposed to do it yesterday. I didn't feel like it. I went to Zumba, you know, all of the things. So let's get started with whips. It seemed like my camera just like faded. WTF. Okay, hold on. Maybe it did. Anyways, what I have on today, because April is a lot of things to me. April is the month of the military child, which my kids are. And April also is World Autism Awareness Month. And Sunday was World Autism Awareness Day. My homegirl, which I would consider her a sister at this point, has a son who is autistic. And my homeboy, which we would consider him a brother, has a brother who's autistic. So I actually have something else that I want to show y'all. But today I'm wearing my lighted up blue shirt for Autism Awareness Day, which is April 2nd. And I figured I would wear that today to kind of bring some awareness to autistic people that you may not have known were autistic. Or you do know, but they're on a certain part of the autistic scale. When Harvest was in elementary school, they thought she was on the autism spectrum, and she wasn't. She just, I don't know, with Harvest. I don't know. But, yeah. Oh, and I have something else. Hold on. Okay, so I saw a friend of mine, you know, my brother, who has a brother who's autistic, saw this advertisement on Facebook. And it was for these hoodies in different sports logos. So, of course, this is the Cowboys because your girl is a Cowboys fan. But you see how I got the puzzle pieces in the middle. And then we got this. And then you were able to personalize it. My favorite number is 31. We all know why. Your girl was born on the 31st of January. And in high school, my softball number was 13. So 31 or 13 has always been in my life. So, and then I got his number is 33. So I got 33 on the back of his, and then I have his last name on his, because every jersey he has his last name and the number 33. So that's how we will be celebrating and bringing awareness to autism in the month of April. Whips. I have several. Some of them have been worked on, some of them not. Some of them been started. And I've been mentally wrestling with starting something when I knew I have 5 things, but I needed to. So this shawl has not been worked on since the last time. I lied. It may have been. Since the last time I podcast, it may not have been. But this is still my Symphony shawl, I think it's called. And I'm still using Chicken Coop Dye Works Kwanzaa yarn that I got. And it's a purple fade. So it goes from this gray to this purple ice gray to this purple and then to the darkest one. So this one may have gotten maybe 2 or 3 rows worked on it. That's about it. That was a quick show. I have my Advent that's in my Black Pearl Magic bag. Y'all, I'm almost done. I just need to bang it out. But I have, so four more balls in here. If you can see it, you probably can't. Yeah, there you go. 4 more balls. And it's coming along. I think I was on day 16. I was in this green spot the last time you see me. Maybe. So I have, I'm about to say, and I'm in the middle of the row, but I'm not. So I've done this, and this since then. But I am loving it. So it's still coming along. I'm on day, 24, 23, 22, 21. I'm on day 20. And I'm getting tangled up here. Mother sucker. Okay. So that is the Advent shawl. So this is the Show Me Your Showcase the Color Advent shawl. It was a free pattern on Ravelry. It's made specifically for, I think, 10 gram minis, but Teresa are Pretty Twisted, which is what this is, did 20 grams. So that is that in my Black Pearl Magic bag that I can't wait to use the other bag. So exciting. So excited. Kevin Hart, y'all. So in my unicorn bag by Pasiely Duck, I have made progress. Not a lot, but some. You will see it. I'm right now doing some crochet short row shaping. I have to admit, I hate this part. Because I'm cutting the yarn and reattaching and cutting and reattaching, and you know what? Damn it, I'm tired. So I was right here the last time y'all saw me. I made it around, and I'm on the back part right here doing the short row shaping. So right here, from here to here is where my short rows are. From here to here is where my short row shaping is. So I'm loving it. I did tell my husband that this is probably going to be like a year-long sweater pullover make, because I'm doing it in fingering weight and it was supposed to be done in sport weight. And I didn't tell y'all what it is. It's called the Libra top. The Libra pullover by Crochet Highway. I'm using a size 3.75. 4. I lied. I'm using the 4. I'm using 3.75 on that crochet shawl. And my colors, y'all know what it is. I'm not going to go over it again because y'all probably tired of hearing it. So I'm not gonna say it again. But as long as I make progress, I'll keep showing it to y'all. If I don't make any progress because I don't do it, then I'm probably not going to show it. My boyfriend top, I have made some progress on it. I have my green sleeve. The green part is I still on the one sleeve, y'all. Still on the one sleeve, but there you go. I think I have maybe one more, maybe two more rounds of the sleeve to get to 6 inches, and then I'm going to fade in the other color. And I remember I said last time I'm not decreasing, so I'm not decreasing. I'm just knitting in the circumference that it's in. I would like to, I would like to try to knit both sleeves at the same time, but I don't think I have a 5.5 needle, another one. Or maybe I do, and I don't have the cord. I don't know what the deal is, because she said she wants it on a 40-inch cord. Whatever. Anyways, I'm going to mess with my hair. I'm sorry, y'all. So the new whips that I have are a cowl. Remember I told y'all I was going to do the cowl, and I'm probably going to wind it and take it down with me to the girls trip. I didn't do that. I took my Advent shawl, which worked out because we watched movies. Oh, did we watch movies? I'll tell y'all about that. And so I ended up winding it when I came back home. This is my purple from Yarn Cafe Creations. It's called Gothic Purple, I believe it was. And a friend of mine named Jennifer of the Crafty Pearl podcast, sorry, I was looking for something, we decided to do a project together. It's called Drawn Together by Shayna S. Cohen, or Shayna Line Designs, as y'all know her. And it's pretty easy. Like, I really thought it was going to be a little complicated because it just kind of looked complicated, which I guess the beauty of knitting. It can look complicated, but not be complicated. The most complicated thing I had to do was doing the folded hem. That was it. So here's my progress. And This purple is popping. I love it. What in the world? Okay. So I'm working it top down. So here's my folded hem. That's my eyelet opening for my I-cord string. And honestly, I think what I'm going to do instead of doing the I-cord, because I really hate knitting I-cord, unless it's like built into the pattern, I'm going to do a foundation crochet stitch, probably a foundation single or a foundation half double. And then once I do the foundation half double, I'm going to try and come back across and do a single crochet row, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. But I have stitch markers in place so I can kind of just keep going without really looking. So I can knit how many I have to knit, and then purl wherever I need to purl, and then knit and then purl. And so I know whenever I come to a stitch marker, I knew I either have to knit or I have to purl. But I love this purple. Y'all, this purple, any purple is Tania. But this purple, this is a sultry Tania. I'm just saying. She cute. She cute. This is in my cookies and bees bag. She is no longer sewing anything and I really like her stuff because I have these yarn cozies. She calls them, chihuahuas, what she call them. Maybe it's yarn cozy. I don't think it's yarn cozy, but anyways, she has those and I really like them, and they hold the yarn so well, and I wish I had more of them. And when she was doing her going out of business sale, she didn't have any. Okay, my next whip is another new whip. So Carissa Browning, she's infamous for her Wonder Woman shawl. She did a knit version and a crochet version. And see, let's tackle this, right? Like, some things look good in knit, some things look good in crochet. If we could get a designer like Miss Carissa, and I know some other people who do it too, Heidi of Acorn something. They do a knits and a crochet version of the same pattern, so nobody feels left out. Can all other what is this? Okay. Can other designers jump on that bandwagon? Can I get a knit version of the Tessellation Tee by Stephanie Myers? And then can I get a crochet version of The Weekender? Like, I'm just saying. I mean, you can't make everybody happy. I understand that. But if you could try, just try. Anyways, so she has this new shawl. That was my tangent. This new shawl coming out called the Jingle Joggle Shawl. The Jingle Shawl is the knit version. The Joggle is the crochet version. And I am testing the crochet version for her. This is for the North Texas Yarn Crawl, because she lives up that area. And she is designing a pattern for the yarn crawl, which I think I might go. So if y'all are in Texas or like Oklahoma or I don't know, Arkansas. The crawl is April 21st to April 29th or April 30th, I think, something like that. And then, LYS Day is also in April. Money is just about to fly out my pockets, y'all. So here's the Joggle Shawl. It is a chevron pattern, but it's worked. How about I just take this out? Jesus. But it's worked very interestingly. So there's my chevron. And then I think this is the increase side. And this will probably be where my neck goes. So it'll probably go like this, right? I'm using yarn by Knit for Comfort. And yeah, let's say I don't have a tag. So Knit for Comfort. This is her Rastaman. This was her Jamaican inspired dyed. 463 yards, finger and weight, 75.25. And I watched her Facebook live video when she was putting up yarns and stuff. And, you know, being that your girl's a guan, a rude boy. Well, I'm not a boy, so I'm not rude. But, you know, we's Jamaican over at these parts. I decided to participate and partaketh. So I was thinking maybe black, yellow, and green for the Jamaican flag. She did colors related to the Rastafari religion. That's why it's called Rastaman. So the reds, the greens, the yellows, and some of the blacks. So I like it. One skein was a little lighter than the other one. And Carissa had said if you're using hand-dye yarn and you're using two of them, they're not in the same dye lot, then you should alternate along the spine. So that's what I'm doing. This is where I'm changing my yarn colors. So I have one hanging and then I have one working. So that's my second whip. And it's actually working out pretty easily. I would have probably had it done by now if I didn't take all the time on my hair. So it'll been done. But I can take it with me to work. It can be my car crochet project while I'm sitting at work for 20 minutes waiting to go in. And God doggone it. Sorry. Put my hands down. It will get done probably this week. Maybe. I work Easter though, but I'm off Good Friday. And so are the kids. And we're supposed to have a Girl Scout meeting on Good Friday. But I think I'm going to have it in the afternoon instead of in the evening because I forgot we were off. Anyways, so that's all I got for whips. No finished objects. I lied. I got two hats. One I made for my niece, one I made for my nephew. I'll pop those pictures in. I think they're going to be for Christmas because my niece's birthday was in March. Her birthday is March 2nd and my husband's birthday is March 1st. And then my nephew's birthday is in November. So I think I might give them for Christmas. Or I might give it, I don't know, I might give it during the fall break or something. Okay. What do we have coming up? I have nothing and a lot of things at the same time. So let's kind of go into stash because this kind of goes into stash. So I want to do the Stripes of Joy by Tiffany Nealon, right? Tiffany Nealon Designs. I want to do Stripes of Joy. And so I've already decided that I'm going to do, sorry for the wrestling. I'm going to do the main colors in my Montana Crochet worsted, but I needed a in-between color for the stripes. So I went down to this sweet, nice yarn store that sells like wine and beer. I just said wine, sorry. Wine and beer. And God, English. On my way to Fredericksburg. And I bought this neutrally, because that's the word, color. It's called Pearl. And it's Malabrigo Rios. It's worsted, 210 yards. And it's 100% superwash merino. And this is going to be my in-between color for my Stripes of Joy. Now, I only got two skeins because, see, it has like little hints of purple or grayish purple. And it said I only needed two skeins for my contrasting color, like 300 and something yards. So I'm hoping this is enough. If not, then guess I'm going back to Dripping Springs. But here was my concern. My concern is, should I go ahead and cast on the Stripes of Joy even though I'm still working on this boyfriend top and my crochet, my Libra pullover? That's That's where I'm having my dilemmas, my mental, I don't know. Y'all help me. Comment, say something. I don't get a lot of comments, but the comments that I do get, you know, I take them. I heed them. I want them. Please give it to me. So that's that. If, I don't know, I might go ahead, because this boyfriend top is a little bit of a slog, but it was bottom up. And I wasn't able to try it on and all this good stuff. Like, the excitement wasn't there. But the Stripes of Joy, because I've already seen one done, the excitement is there. Sorry, a text message came across my phone and I got distracted. Squirrel. So either way, I got my monthly Kenyarn Shrek subscription in. So I don't know if y'all know, but Kenyarn is deciding that he is no longer going to dye yarn anymore. And I get it. That's a lot of work. Like, you got to dye the yarn, you got to promote the yarn, and you got to promote the yarn 24/7. Like, so you can push out the yarn and stuff like that. You have to come up with ideas to keep your company fresh and new. Like, it's a lot of work. And y'all dyers out there, I kudo y'all, because I'm not. Let's just be honest. I'll knit and crochet with your stuff all day. I'll do your samples. I'll do all that. But to actually have to come up with colors and then collections and then how to promote it and how to get it into people's shop and blah, blah, blah. Nope. I ain't about that life. So, this is called 3BM. And I really didn't know what 3BM was. I know it was from Shrek, but then I was like, what is 3BM? The Three Blind Mices, y'all. And I only saw that because I saw an Instagram post about it. So 3 Blind Mice. So he's going to finish up this subscription. I believe May. So next month is my last subscription. And then I think is I want to do another subscription. And this one would be to the Woolly Mama yarn company over across the ponds that I've been seeing. Kristen of We Share Needles podcast, she loves their brights, and their neons and brights are amazing. Like, I've been kind of iffy about it because it's across the pond and the Royal Mail has been being a royal pain in the butt. But I think I'm going to do it because I really like neons. Y'all, I love my neons. So I think I'm going to do it. As a matter of fact, I did it. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. I did it. I bought an advent calendar from her. It's DK Weight. And I can't wait to get it. That's my probably one and only yarn advent this year because I still have like 3 or 4 of my need to work up. So I'm going to buy one yarn advent. I'm going to try to find a wine advent. And then I was watching a new to me podcast called the Sweet Pea and Chickadee podcast. They're in Virginia. Her husband had got a whiskey advent. And my husband likes whiskey and brandy and cognac. Like, But it sounds interesting. So I might try to find that for him so he too can have something to open on Advent, during Advent. So that's my other yarn acquisitions. Everything else is electronic or paperback. So I don't know if y'all know. I was on Instagram a few weeks ago. I want a tablet and I've been wrestling with trying to either buy an Android tablet or, excuse me, a iPad. And I despise Apple products, period. I will try not to invest in them. And that's just a personal feeling. I mean, personally, y'all software system can't compare to Android because Android software system come from overseas and they top of the line. Just FYI. So I settled on a Samsung Galaxy S6, I believe, tablet. I got it from Walmart. I was able to use my Affirm abilities. That's when you can pay monthly or whatever. It came with a stylus pen. And you can see me filming myself. And I bought the cute little cover that looks like a composition notebook. So I got myself a tablet. So I have a Samsung phone, I have a Samsung tablet, and I have a Samsung watch. Android. All day, baby. All day. I tried to convince my husband to go to iPhone. That was it. I tried. Wasn't happening. So Harvest and I went down to Austin and we went to H Mart. H Mart is a Asian market here in Central Texas. We have a few of them because Austin and Central Texas in general has a high Asian population. I don't know if y'all know this, especially Fort Hood, because most of the GIs married either Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Taiwanese, Filipino women when they were overseas at war and stuff like that. And so they come over here. Some of them bring their families over here. Or if their families don't want to come over here because they don't want to leave their home country, they will, send money and stuff like that back to them. So our population, our Asian population is super high over here. So that being said, we went down to the H Mart. Harvest loves Japanimation. She loves everything Asian culture, Korean culture, a lot of that kind of stuff. And we went to go check. I like their food. No, I lie. I love their food. I love their culture. I love their food. I honestly wish a lot of Americans would put some of the pressure that Asian cultures put on their kids in order for them to be better and do better. I feel like our culture, our dynamics as a country would be a whole lot better. But I digress. So we went and they got this bakery in there called, is it Tour de Jours? Something like that. We bought some breads. They got this thing called purple sweet potato bread. Oh my God. So good. I can only eat one slice at a time because I honestly don't know how much calories and starch is in it. And I'm trying to be on a diet. I hate that word, but I have to. I have to do something. We ate some of the food. So they have a food court there. Korean chicken is the bomb. .com. Like, there's no way you're going to get any place Korean chicken like that ever, unless you go to Korea. So this is damn near the next best thing. They had their shops in there. That shop was heavily BTS'd out. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a shop in my entire life that had so much BTS stuff and black paint. Now, I actually like black paint. Them girls can move. And then they had a little arcade section. And then we went to the grocery side. They had an aisle for Korean people, an aisle for Indian people, Chinese, Filipino, Taiwanese, Japanese, Mongolia. Like, if you're Asian descent, they had an aisle for your food, your spices, your drinks, your this, your that. And it was amazing. And she fell in love. And so we had to go back a week later. Actually, we went Sunday because my husband was in California on TDY. That's temporary duty assignment. He was TDY to California, so he didn't go. So we went on Sunday. Saturday, though, I had to go to work. Him and Harvest went down to Austin again because they went to a comic book store. So this family owned this whole strip plaza mall thing. And each section had stores related to something collectible-ish. So like the first store was your comic books, your mangas, your regular books. They turned Huckleberry Finn, the Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, into a manga. I should have bought it and I didn't. And then they had and because it's Austin, and Austin has a high LGBTQIA population, they had a whole section about LGBTQ, and like one book was like the basics of being queer. They had one book that said the basics of sex, like it was like the basics of drawn to sex or something like that. So Harvest actually wanted that book, and she flipped it open, and when I read the chapters, like they had it broke down into sections, like having sex with other people, having sex with yourself, something else and something else. And she was like, maybe I should get this book. I was like, Harvest, your mama's a whole nurse, not a half a nurse, a whole nurse out here in these streets. You can ask me any question. I'll tell you. You just come to me. Come to me when you're ready, girl. Cause it's a lot. And you don't want too much at one time. She was like, oh. So 15 minutes later, she was like, there's a lot I need to know about sex. I said, Harvest, I'm 40 and I still don't know a lot. But when you're ready for, little chunks at a time, come on, girl. I'll tell you. So then we went next door, and they had collectibles, like little statues that you can put on your stand or something. And she has this infatuation with this character called Nagito from Danganronpa. And she wanted it, but it was like $50. And I was like, we're not doing $50 right now. Maybe for your birthday. We'll see. So then we went to the place behind it, and it was just board games. Dungeons and Dragons, Battleship, whatever kind of, I don't want to say nerdy board games, but it would be like for other people, it would be classified as a nerdy board game. They had a bunch of cards, posters, like all that kind of stuff. And it was just a cool little strip mall. So we did that on Sunday. And then we went back to the Asian market, and then we came home. I lied. I went to Half Price Books. Do y'all have a Half Price Books where y'all at? So it's basically literally what it says. It's books that are half price. You can come and sell your books. Like if you finish reading a book, you bought it at full price naturally, like Barnes & Noble's, Books A Million, whatever. You can go to Half Price Books. Instead of throwing the books away, you go there, you sell it, and so somebody else can buy it. So you get your books for half price. So I walked in because I'm doing this 52-week reading challenge on Facebook. And they give you prompts to read a certain kind of book. One of the prompts was like, read a book that starts with the letter G. Read a book that's written by Olivia Butler, I think it is. Read a book that has an epilogue in it. Read a book that has script on the spine. Like those kind of books. So read a sci-fi book. Read a fantasy book. Whatever. And so right now I'm on the prompt. Well, I found a book that's on the prompt. That's on the, you have to read a book that's banned. Apparently they banned A Wrinkle in Time. They as in whoever. I don't know. The daughter of the Confederacy for all I care. I don't know. But A Wrinkle in Time has been banned. So that's one of the books I'm going to be reading. And I saw a picture that said why it was banned, but I can't remember why it was banned. And then one of the prompts was like, read a book that everyone has read. So I saw a person in the group that had put that question up, like, what books have you read? And if you have that most title, then that's the book she was going to read. Well, Where the Crawdads Sing was one of those titles. So I download that book from my local library using Cloud Library, and I started reading that yesterday. I started reading it yesterday, Monday. So I'm like on chapter 10. So, I mean, so far it's going good. Plus I want to watch the Netflix show. So I wanted to read the book before I watch the Netflix show. So I think I may have some books on, this list of prompts. I just finished reading a book called Freshwater. It's by a Nigerian author, but her book didn't match any of the prompts, and they actually have one that says book that don't match any of the prompts. So I put that in that book, that prompt. So in Austin Austin is a bagless city, just FYI. So if y'all decide to go to Austin for vacay, make sure you bring reusable bags because it's a bagless city. Most places in Austin will not give you a bag, and if they do give you one, you're paying anywhere from 10 to 25 cents for a bag. FYI. So I got Big Chicas Don't Cry, and it's about 4 cousins that were inseparable, and their grandmother had died. And one of the cousins' parents had got divorced, so that cousin had to move away. But then the other cousins who kind of stayed home, like life just didn't go the way that they thought it was going to go. And so something else happened, like some kind of tragedy happened that all the cousins had to come together again. So we're going to see what happened. But this book cover is beautiful. So this is a Hispanic type book. It's Abuelita. I don't know if it's Mexican or Puerto Rican. It don't matter. What matters is this book cover is beautiful. So I grabbed it. I'll have to read it to see if it matches any of the prompts. And if it does, then I'll put it in there. I have this book called The Paris Library. This book cover is beautiful too. So I do judge a book by its cover. If it has a nice, pretty cover, or it's like super bright and orange and, you know, color like this, or it just draws me in, then I will probably read the book. Now, will I miss out on other books because the cover is not like super fantastic? Probably. But that's when I ask people, what have you been reading, or what book series do you like? So I can read it. And then if I can hear them explain it, then okay, it sounds like something I would read. So the Paris Library, there's a prompt that says read a book with the name of a country or a city on it. Paris. There's another prompt that says read a book that takes place in time setting of World War II, I think. So this book is going to cover at least 2 prompts. So this one is about a lady who, in 1930s, she runs the American Library in Paris, and the Nazis are trying to occupy the city, and her and some other librarians join a resistant group, and, you know, stuff like that. So I can't wait to read this one. I tried to find some of these books on my local library's audio, and they weren't there, so it looks like I have to read it, and that's okay. I don't mind. Next book, Black Cake. Y'all, this book is so good. Here's the problem. I didn't finish reading or listening to it, so the library took the doggone book bag, and now I have a 5-week wait. Screw 5 weeks. I'll just buy the book, which as you can see was like $13, and I'll just read it. So I'm going to read this, Black Cake. I have to find out where I left off at audio-wise in order to pick up on here, and then I'm just going to keep reading. So this book will cover book written by a Caribbean author, because this book is about a Jamaican lady. This book will cover an inheritance prompt, because we have to read a book about an inheritance, and the mother in this book passed away and is giving her kids her inheritance. And this book might cover something else, because if it has an epilogue, then it would cover that prompt too. It has a prologue. So if it has a prologue, it probably has an epilogue. I don't know. It says then and now. Sorry, video stopped because I got a phone call. Either way, so I'm going to read this. And then I went to the crafting section of Half Price Books, and I got Japanese knitting for like $7, $6.99. And patterns for sweaters, scarves, and more. Let me show y'all why I bought this book. Because this pattern, I was just like, oh, I would buy this book just for this pattern. Here is the poncho. And if you fold it, you have a cardigan. Like, seriously. That is so beautiful. So the pattern, so this includes 23 patterns, a pullover and cardigan, a Nordic style sweater, a stylish hooded pullover, a diagonal tunic, a sleeve scarf. I don't know what that means. Oh, yes I do, because I saw it. And the instructions, of course, is in the back. She has a bag, which is, this bag is cute. Cute tote. She has another poncho. I don't know how to do color work, so I don't know if I would do that. So this cardigan, you can wear it two ways. You can wear it like a regular cardigan, or you can wear it on the back side and have the buttons in the back, wear it as a pullover. Like, who comes up with these things? That's amazing. This vest is to die for. And then, oh, here's the sleeve scarf thing. So you can wear it like this, wear it kind of like a bolero, or you can wear it as a scarf. What? Like, come on. That's so cool. But I definitely, oh, and here's a pullover you can, oh, here's a pullover that looks like it's on the bias. That's cute. So I'm wondering if the instructions are different than like American knitting. I don't know. I have to read it, but that's why I have it. So those are the things I got. Yes. And you have to know how to crochet and knit with this book, because I guess you have to do some provisional cast on, some crochet edging, some stuff like that. So I'm excited to do something out of that book. So, I mean, that's about it. I mean, work is going. I had a few patients who, you know, tested my patience, but that's every day, right? Life is okay. You know, everybody's healthy. Nobody's in a awful bad way. My son is still struggling with some things right now. So if y'all can keep him in his thoughts, keep him in your thoughts and prayers, I'd appreciate that. We're doing everything we can to help him out, but you know, teenagers and young adults think they know everything, and then they're invincible, and then nothing bad can happen to them until something bad happens to them, and now they're like, oh, I should have listened. Well, you still got time. Just saying. What else? I think that's about it. Like, our 1 year partiversary is in like a week and a half, so I'll definitely make sure I get Harvest on here to do the partiversary. And that's about it. We're going to celebrate Easter. I have to, God, dog it, this hair is going to drive me insane. Sorry, y'all. I have to work Easter Sunday. Like I said, the girls have Friday and Sunday, Monday off from school. So we'll probably have their Girl Scout meeting at like 12 or 1 instead of 6:30 at night. And then I've been watching We Finish Wednesday on Netflix. It was really good. And I'm so glad they're coming out with another one. Look, that show had me and my husband jumping up out of our seats. We was like, oh, I think it's this person. I think it's this person. Oh, that don't look right. See, they're kind of creepy. Like, I can't wait to see what the next season has to offer. Like, for real, for real. We've been watching this anime called Spy X Family, which now we've gotten to the episodes where they don't have a dubbed version. So there's nobody English speaking over the Japanese. So now I have to read subtitles, and I can't read subtitles and knit or crochet at the same time, because then I won't know what's going on. So I don't know if we're going to finish that series or not, or wait until they dub the rest of the episodes in that series so we can watch it. But it's pretty funny. It's about this guy who's a spy for this like world-renowned spy agency, and in order for him to infiltrate and get this person, he has to have a daughter. So he goes and adopt a kid, because the kid goes to the school and he's trying to get in to the school, but he doesn't have any kids. So he adopts a daughter, and the daughter gets into the school, and he's trying to get the daughter to become friends with the person that he's trying to get son in order for them to get into the house. Now they have to look like a genuine family. So now he needs a wife. So then he found, he was rescuing this girl who is an assassinator, but she works like for the government during the day, but she assassinates these bad boys at night or something like that. So they become husband and wife with a kid. He doesn't know she's an assassinator. I don't think she knows that he's a spy. Like, it's crazy, but it's so funny because the daughter she's a telepathic, so she can read both mom and dad mind, and they don't know that she can read the mind, so they don't understand how she knows certain things or she do certain things because they didn't say it out loud. Go watch it. It's so funny. It's on Hulu. I thought it was on Netflix, but it's only on Hulu. And then, of course, y'all know Wednesday on Hulu. So then at the girls' trip, we watch 365 Days. If y'all have not seen that movie, where have y'all been? 365 Days is basically this guy whose father was the head of an Italian or Sicilian mob. The guy dad gets shot, and so he's dealing with the grief of his dad being shot, and now he has to take over the head mob position. And then he sees this girl, and he sees this girl in his dream when he got shot, because when his dad got shot, the bullet went through his dad and killed the dad, but then went through like his shoulder or something. He saw this girl in his dream, and then he was riding past the airport and saw the girl, and then he kidnaps her and told her that, I saw you in my dream. You were supposed to be my forever love. So I'm going to give you 365 days to fall in love with me, but I won't make you do anything you don't want to do. So like, he doesn't force her to have sex with him. He doesn't force her to love him. He doesn't force her to do anything, but she can't leave the grounds. And if she does, it has to be with his right-hand man. For some people, that it bothers them. I get it. Trigger warnings and stuff. But this movie was really good. Now, I would have to say it's very highly sexual. So naturally, don't watch it around, say, anybody 12 and under. But even I got to the point where I was just like, okay, we're having sex again. Like, WTF. Like, we get it. Y'all sex is kind of rough. Like, whatever. But anyways, and then you have 2 movies after that. So it's 365 the next day and 365 this day. They're Polish movies. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But the actor, the main character, is so good looking. Like he sings, he writes his own music, he acts, he models, and does he model? Anyways, I digress. It's on Netflix. If you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I'm not going to force you to. But I will say you got 365 days to watch it. It's just so good. Okay. I think, y'all, that is it. This hair is going to drive me insane. Because I'm going to want to keep fixing it because I want it to kind of stand up, but it doesn't do what I want it to do. It do what it wants to do. And it wants to boop. Anyway, so I will be going. I hope y'all like, subscribe, and comment on the video, on the channel. Come back. Keep coming back for the craziness. One day the craziness may go live. Maybe not. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not. But do what you do. Be amazing. Let everybody see that you light up this world. Because you do. Peace out, Girl Scout.